me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Perfect. All right. On day 1, we started with our notes packet. And we started on screen 1. Let's see. Jeremiah, are you here? Jeremiah, can you tell them what we did on screen 1?
First, on screen 1, you want to get to know your person better, right? So you're going to look up their name. And then you're going to type in like when they're born and stuff. So when they're born, you're going to want to put the state they were born in and like the country they were born in. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to write where they used to live in. And then at the bottom, you want to tell your teacher about like what they want British rule and if they want British rule to stop or they want it to keep going.
Okay, very good. And now we are on day 2. Day 2 was a really important day for us. Jalen, somebody from Gocher. Jalen, would you like to tell what you did on day 2?
We found out what she did to help.
What did we do on day 2? This was a really important day for our research.
We found out who or she did in the Revolutionary War.
Yes, the role they played in the Revolutionary War. Very good. And then the next day, we took that information, and this is where we started our monologue. Tristan, would you like to share what we did on this day with our monologue?
Yes.
We took our information that we learned, the role they played in the American Revolutionary War, and what did we do with that?
We chose one moment about a person's life during the American War and describe what was happening in a specific scene.
Very good. Yes, that's exactly what we did. So, all of you guys that are watching, we take only one single moment in time from the American Revolutionary War, and that's what you are going to hear today. All right. You guys remember when we watched a video not long ago on Martin Luther King, my brother Martin, and they went into a time travel? What caused them to go in a time travel? Someone? Anybody remember? Riley, I see your hand. Yes. A watch. Look what Miss McCall has today. We are getting ready to go back into a time travel. So I'm going to wind the watch. Miss McCall's going to turn her camera off just a second. I hope I can get it back on. I think I'm not going to turn it off. All right, we're winding our watch, and when I come back, we are going to be in the year 1781. Everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Hello, boys and girls. Open your eyes. I am Rebecca Calhoun Pickens, and this is my husband, Andrew Pickens.
Good day to you.
How are you guys? Good. Thumbs up. My husband fought in the battle at the Cowpens. I live not far down the road in Seneca. I had to stay there and take care of our 12 children and the farm while my husband went to fight. I understand that I'm going to meet lots of my friends today from the American Revolutionary War time, and I am so excited to hear from them. So, we're going to meet Sarah Luddington. You are up first. Boys and girls, that will be Jaden Dover. You can find her name on the side. Jaden. Hi, Jalen. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
I'm Superman. on April 26, 1777. I was only 16 years old, and we got a word at our home. The British are coming to burn the city of Denver, Connecticut. I told him that me I can ride as well as any man. I made it by morning, not all the troops made in time, but they fought the British on the way out of town. I am still in Luddington, and I'm glad I can do my part to help for our independence.
Jefferson.
It is May 10th, 1775. I am meeting with other American leaders to have the Second Continental Congress meeting. We are talking about writing a document of our beliefs that the colonies are free. I am only 33 years old, and they asked me to write the final draft of this document. 2 weeks later, I wrote the final draft of this document. I wrote the document that said all men have rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. On July 4, 1776, leaders from 12 colonies signed the document that I hold in my hand today called the Declaration of Independence. I am Thomas Jefferson.
Are you here, Tristan? Daniel Morgan is actually the general who put my husband, Andrew Pickens, in charge of militia at the Cowpens.
Thank you for that, sir.
You are very welcome. I fought many battles during the American Revolutionary War. Before the British were to arrive, I went to the camp to talk to my men. They were surprised I paid them a visit. I went to the camp to talk to my men. They were surprised that I paid them a visit. I also showed them my battle scars. We had a good evening together. The next day, we defeated the British all because of
Dear John, I know I've been making some big decisions lately. I've been taking care of the kids and also educating them, so it's been hard to take care of the farm. It's now Wednesday, April 19th, 1775, and the war has started. I'm very worried. Me and the kids miss you so much. Please write us back when you can. Love, Abigail Adams.
Crispus Attucks, that's Jeremiah.
It is the night of March 5th, 1770, and tensions is rising out on these streets of Boston. Colonists are unhappy about British soldiers. The Redcoats invading our town. I have joined a group of workers here in Boston that are arguing with a British soldier. We are throwing snowballs and them yelling pretty bad insults at them. Unfortunately, that night, one of the soldiers fired a shot into the crowd. One of the bloodiest battles you've ever seen happen. I am Crispus Attucks, and I was killed during the Boston Massacre. I am the first colonist that lost my life in the fight for our freedom.
In March 1775, I gathered Virginia with Smart for the Second Virginia Continental Congress meeting. I discussed our strategy against Great Britain. That's where I delivered my most famous speech and quote, "Give me liberty or give me death." I spoke out to my fellow Virginians, urging them to unite together and fight this war against Great Britain for our independence. I am Patrick Henry, a great speaker for the cause of the American Revolution.
All right, Sarah, go ahead.
Oh my, there are so many wounded soldiers. As I was pouring water into one of the soldiers' mouths, I heard a whisper. I turned around to see my husband. He was on the ground. He had collapsed from heat. I unwillingly set him under a tree and ran to his cannon. I helped the crew fire and load the cannon. Many soldiers retreated, but I didn't. They even called me Molly Pitcher because I carried a pitcher of water and gave it to all the soldiers in need of it. My name is Mary Logwood Hayes, and I fought in the Revolutionary War on June 28, 1778.
trouble between the colonists and the British. In 1773, England made a tax on tea sent to the colonists. But the colonists protested the tax. 1 year later, I attended a meeting in Pennsylvania. The delegates made up the First Continental Congress. Most delegates wanted the colonists to make up their own country. The Second Continental Congress met at 1775. There I helped organize the Continental Army. We nominated George Washington as our leader. The American Revolution had begun. I am John Adams, and I am one of the delegates that made decisions during the War of Independence with Great Britain.
I'm so busy helping out my husband, George Washington. He called me during Christmas of 1775 and wanted me to come to Cambridge, Massachusetts, which was 800 miles away. He needed my help tending to these soldiers. I became their mother figure. I cooked, sewed, and bandaged their wounds. I was there for my husband because I loved him. He was the general in the army fighting for our independence against Great Britain. My name is Martha Washington, and I did what I could do during the American Revolution War.
Everybody got your mics open? All right, 1, 2, 3. Huzzah! 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 All right.